Welcome back, True Horsemanship. This is sort of like the last video with the gray Arab. I'm going to use little one. I got a Friesian Persian cross over here. You'll see in a minute. He's about 17 hands, big boy. He's a little bit aggressive to other horses. So we're going to use little one to work him somewhat. Number one, so little one control his feet. Another horse is going to have to control his feet. I have gotten control of his feet with me on the ground, and we'll get into that a little bit. But we're going to start off using a little one, then we'll go back and do what we've done with them from the ground. Excuse me. So first thing I'm going to do, like I said, before I do anything, use little one for this just a couple of times, so he's not going to be sure what I'm asking of. So this will be a good video to show if your horse doesn't know how to work another horse, how to get started, to get all your P's and Q's going. Now yes, I could have warmed him up on the outside, but I gotta get little one focused on me. And somebody probably say, well, aren't you concerned about big boy over there? Not right now. He's staying out of my way, so I'm gonna stay out his. You know, we've gotten where we train in a so sterile environment. And like right now, see, little one's sort of looking at the big boy. So no use even starting work. There we go. Start working little one with the big boy over there, because little one's not focused on me. And how I can tell that, every time little one goes past him, there, you'll see my lead get a little bit tight. So I'm going to go in neutral. Now if I had Brave Eagle, my horses, I would have a plastic bag on the end of my whip. But with the little one, he's came a long way about it. But I have used the whip from the top of the little one before. It's just been a while. So I'm not going to just jump in there and start using it. I'm going to go back and do my homework. And get him used to it. So, you know, this exercise is a good one for little one and this horse, because like I said, he's pushy, he's a big boy, and he knows how big he is. So best way to me to handle him, then what I'll do, coming months that he's here, I'll use different horses. I won't just use the same horse, because he'll get used to a little one pushing him around. But if I go to another horse, so I'm just going to push him around right now, use the whip. Just like if I was working him on the ground, I'm going to control his body and get up here on the shoulder. This boy hasn't had anybody tell him what really do. And like when I'm on the ground pushing his feet, he'll do it for a little while. And when he decides he's had enough, he thinks he can have enough. So I got to take it one step further and say, no, you're not having enough until I tell you to. Yeah, the little one got a little bit of hurry there. He was ready to go to work. He didn't react to the whip. He reacted to this one taking off. And me using the whip with him, I can keep him out of safe distance from me. I mean, it seems a little mundane, boring, but with aggressive horse towards other horses, you know, like right here, I don't have one to put him in his place. So I gotta use the next best thing. And that's me being on top of another horse. So right there, he kicks out. So I'm just gonna move him a little faster here. It's all about using body language. Say he kicks out, I'm gonna push him hard. There we go. Now I knew that kick was coming because his hip starting to go to the inside of the circle. There we go. Now right now, if you next time he comes around, soon to get a shot of him moving away, you'll see him square to that panel. Now, for little one's sake, I'm not just going to keep going round and round and round, because I want little one to think for himself too. So if this horse stops like this, if I take the pressure off little one, I expect little one to stop and rate this horse. In other words, I expect little one to go at this horse's speed. A lot of people don't do this because they, number one, don't think they got a horse to do it with. and they just can't see the, in human terms, we try to think like human, we just can't see the benefit of it. But I can get a lot of things accomplished with this big boy. I'm controlling his body. He gets a little kicky at this horse. I can push him harder. And also he'll get used to another horse being up behind him, so when the person's trail riding, he's less apt to kick out another horse. So now I'll push him a little bit more. Like I said, little one, he's watching this horse closer than I am. And that's another thing, that's why I want to use this whip. I keep doing this with little one. It's actually going to build up with little one's confidence. But I can't get him kicked. Number one, I don't want him to get hurt, and I don't want to mess him up. This horse has came a long way last couple years. So now we got to take him the other way. All right, there I backed off him to see which way he wanted to go. And whichever way he wanted to go I'm not going to push him that way. I'm going to push him the way he doesn't want to go. And a little white mare you saw in the previous episode, she's scared of him. So here, what I'll be doing is using her to push him around. See, to me, people see him kicking. It's not a truly mean kick. It's stay on my space kick. And he said it's worked in the past, so it should work now. So we'll work him back and forth a little bit here. There, that was better. So I'm going to actually encourage him to kick out a little bit. Because how can I correct it if I try to cover it up? I can't correct it unless I get him to do it. There we go, that was better. There, good. So right there, I was able to turn him get him going. He didn't even lift that hind end up. So what do? He did the right thing. So now we take the pressure off of him. And a horse like little one, if you pay attention to him, you know, for the most part, he goes in there real good. There's been a couple of times he was hesitant, and next thing you know, the big boy here kicked out. There we go. Good. Ooh, that was nice. That time he went in the canter, he kept that hip straight, and that's what I'm looking for. Like I said, I have to use different horses with him, so he just don't realize the little one's going to push him around. But other horses, will that fix everything out when it's feeding time? Not really. But will it fix when you're trail riding and everything, that he won't try to kick a horse that comes up behind him? For the most part, it will. We're going to back off him just a little bit. Now a horse like him, when I back off him, I'm not really concerned about if he stops and comes to me. I just want him to be square in a non-threatening posture when he stops. Like right now, his ears are forward, are backwards. So I'm gonna push him a little bit. Just about ready. Alright, right there. I stopped because he lowered his head. I would prefer both ears to unlock. His outside ear was sort of getting forward. His inside was laying back. But he started lowering that head. But still, right now his hip is towards me. And this horse got a bucking problem, and I can see he has a bucking problem, because even yesterday, you know, he don't want to move forward. There we go. Wait for right there. I mean, you know, I'm not here to make fancy videos. Even with a little one right now, I could probably drop the bridle and work him with little one without a bridle and do this or that. But that's what's the purpose. My purpose is make these videos easy for y'all to follow and break it down so y'all can understand it. Yeah, and the people that has the negative comments, they just jump. They don't look the horse. They don't listen to what I'm saying. That doesn't fit their goody two-shoe philosophy. But a horse, you know, I've said it over and over again. How do I get to control a horse's feet? Is get that heart rate up, control their feet. And yeah, I'm pushing him around a little bit more than I normally will. And as time goes on, I'm going to start working him more back and forth. But he's not ready for that yet, so I got to teach him. I want to move his feet and control his feet. So like I said, this is mundane, slow process. But when I first, the good news is, like with this horse, what I like right now is the fact that when I first came in here, y'all saw he was trying to get right up little one's butt. But now he's staying his distance. I don't want this horse to come up to me. I want him to stay there and not, unless I go approach him, for him not to be bothered with me. And like I said, non-threatening way. I don't want this horse coming up, being all bowled up and threatening on like he's going to be the boss. There. And it's important, like right there, I stop and let him stand there for a rest and come back at it and get his feet moving again. Because if I keep his feet moving all the time, he won't get it either. So there's got to be a point, I got to stop and let him get a rest, and then try to move his feet again. There we go, good boy. He thought about it that time, but he didn't. That hip comes in. See, to me, that hip coming in is just as bad as the kick. There we go. I stopped a little bit. One didn't quite stop fast enough because I wanted to stop him while his hip was straight, but I ended up stopping right as he cocked that hip. So we got to do that again. There, his hips staying nice and straight. There we go. But see, that hip is still cocked in to the inside. Huh?
10% sometimes?
Yeah. So I'm going to work him back and forth a little bit. See him, he's had enough of this now, so he's telling me he wants to quit. With this horse, that's part of the problem. We got to work past that quitting time. I got to teach him he's a non-union horse. There we go, good. So when I quit here in a minute, a little bit, if I can get his feet moving. There we go. There's one circle. Two circles. Ooh. So we got two circles. So now I'm going to take the pressure off. And for right now, for today, that's good. Because there's that fine line you got to watch out for. You know, he's getting to that point, and I've noticed that working with him. He's got a low threshold where he's had enough. He'll do everything fine, and he's had enough, and he expects to get his way and do whatever. So we have to work past that. So that's why he got a little bit more kicky at the end there. I knew it was about time to quit with him. and I hate using that term quit on a good note, but basically you do. So it's important why if I get him go around a couple laps like you just did without him reacting, and as soon as I stop and take the pressure off of him, he quits, then that's a good place to quit. So I've worked him past that point and a little bit farther. So like I said, I'll do, with him, once I get his feet moving well from another horse or even from the ground and get him working really pretty back and forth, he won't have a bucking issue, because his bucking issue is coming from him not wanting to move forward. So that's where advantage of using a horse. So I know this was slow and boring, but it's important on a horse like this, and using a little one, like show you take an average, and little one's not an average horse, at least I don't think so, or me and Cindy, either one of us don't. He's got a special part in our heart. But you could take a trail horse and do this with. You just got to, like I said, do your prep work, get him used to whip from the top. And I would use a plastic bag off them, but it's been a while since he's had a bag to him. And this is good for little one. It helps him start tracking. And the reason I got this tight bit in his mouth, so because he wouldn't get in a hurry, like that one time, I can check him and not just let him bolt. And as time goes on, I release and let him have his head. So I hope you got something out of this. With horses and in life, and it's hard. Hell, I know that for a fact. But we all need to try to improve ourselves. And anybody out there who laughs at that or makes fun of people that try and improve themselves, just walk away from them, because that tells you where they're at, and actually they need help. Because anybody we care for, we would like to see them improve and advance in life, no matter if it's got horsemanship, education, or anything. And it's still called my 3 P's there: patience, persistence, and purpose. Good boy. So, it all follows hand in hand in my book. So with that said, be true to the horse, and they'll be true to you. Talk loud and clear to them. And, there's that fine line of coddling to them, or taking the, I'm not saying this person did, taking the lazy way out. But, and because a lot of people I've seen, they use some of this new age stuff because they're lazy, basically. And it gives them an excuse not to advance. So, okay, that's enough preaching. Anyway, so to my grandkids, my kids, and a special person out there, Washtay Lake, God bless, take care. I can't hear.